Ladies and gentlemen, to understand how ridiculous the concept of this video is, you don't need to know anything about basketball. My knowledge of basketball itself is limited to one season. When I was about 11 years old, I got fouled off the court about 6 times in the season, and I took about 300 shots at 3-pointers and missed fucking all of them. I suck dicks, that's what I'm trying to say. But I also know one important fact about the Chicago Bulls, and that is Scottie Pippen has the deepest, silkiest voice of all time.
Hey guys, I was expecting you. Come on into my crib. Welcome.
Anyway, you don't need to know anything about basketball to be familiar with the name LeBron James. He's very famous. He's one of the biggest players of all time, and particularly right now, he's one of the most famous basketballers to be currently playing the sport. He's 6'9" and 113 kilos. He's only 1 inch taller than me. How you doing, LeBron? He's a 4-time NBA champion, a 4-time NBA Finals MVP, a 4-time NBA Most Valuable Player, a 17-time NBA All-Star, and other stats that I found on Wikipedia because I know fuck all about him. Anyway, point being, he's very, very famous and very good at what he does. Let me throw another name at you. Sue Bird. You all know Sue? I'm sure you're all familiar with old Suey Bird. Sue is the LeBron James of the WNBA. She's played 17 seasons just like LeBron and has won 4 WNBA championships just like LeBron has in the NBA. But here's the big difference. In 2020, old Suey Ballbags was, sorry Sue, that's very offensive, was paid a total of $215,000 for playing in that competition, which, if you compare it to LeBron James, was only well, it wasn't very much in comparison. He was paid $37.44 million. Holy fucking shitball, LeBron. And people are not happy about this comparison. They've been using this meme right here and comparing the pair, and they're showing off that, hey, this is disgusting. There's a huge pay gap between women and male competitors in the NBA and the WNBA, and it must stop now. And when you look at it like that, and you just have the numbers right there, I'm sure it does not look very fair at all. And I don't know if Sue is upset about this, but maybe she has, particularly when you look who her fiancé is.
It's the only thing the U.S. women's soccer team has yet to win: equal pay.
We've filled stadiums, we've broken viewing records, and yet despite all of this, we're still paid less than our male counterparts.
Megan Rapinoe, a star of the team, speaking to Congress on Equal Pay Day.
So maybe the conversation has come up a couple of times at home with old love saying to Suey Birdbags, hey motherfucker, that LeBron piece of shit, he gets paid way too much, we must stop him.
All right!
And maybe she does deserve more money. Maybe she should be paid more. Maybe her league should have more money in it for the players. She is the best in her league. Maybe she should be paid millions upon millions of dollars a year. And I tell you what, there is some stiff competition when it comes to the absolute heroics and amazing players that are in the WNBA.
Jones trying to put this one away. Jones going to work.
Bruh.
A turnover at the top of the key to your reference. And she passed that to us, Mary.
Reiner left alone. Can't put down the jam.
Okay, maybe the competition's not as stiff as I thought. Point being, maybe she deserves more. But the conversation that all of this is about, and this meme in general, that has been a big debate topic over the internet in the last couple of weeks, it all comes down to the amount of money generated from either side of the sport, the male side or the female side. In 2020, the WNBA generated $60 million in revenue, which is a lot of fucking money. That's huge. But in comparison, the men's competition generated $7.4 billion. And it's hard to wrap your head around how big of a number that is. But remember, $1 billion is 1,000 million.
Whoa.
And it is because of that revenue generated that those players get paid a lot more. And not everyone gets paid as much as LeBron. Some people get paid as little as $200,000 a year, and then there's Steph Curry who gets paid $43 million a fucking year. Holy shit! But the differences in the male and the female sides of the one sport are astronomical. They may as well be playing different sports. The women play with a smaller ball. They play shorter halves. They have less players rostered on. The average attendance for the NBA is 18,000 people. The average attendance for the WNBA is 6,768 people. The average ticket price in the men's competition is $90 US or 117.5 Australian dollars, and the women's average ticket price is, holy shit, this is gonna blow your mind, $17.42 USD or $22.75 Australian, which is a big difference in ticket price. In fact, it's 5 times the amount, which means in a game where there's 6,000 people at the women's game, and you compare that with the men's game, there may as well be 90,000 people at the men's game paying the same amount of money for the female game, which is another reason why there is an enormous disparity when it comes to the amount of revenue taken at the gate.
This is bullshit.
As for TV viewers, it's not just people turning up to games. The women average 231,000 for the big games. The men average 15.14 million people. That's a lot more ad space that you can sell at a higher rate. You have the big companies like fucking Tesla and Sony and all those pricks advertising in the men's games, and fuck me, I reckon I could get ad space at the female games. I'm on tour at the moment. Come and see me live. The ticket link is below. And at this point in time, the male game is more popular because it is a better product. Plain and simple. And it is the same for a lot of different sports when it comes to the female version of it. Take soccer, for example.
Men always say how women's soccer sucks. Then come to the field and try it with us.
The Australian women's national team, who were ranked number 5 in the world at the time,
Yeah.
lost 7-0 to a team of 15-year-old boys.
Awkward.
And all of this doesn't mean that the sport won't grow, and maybe one day they will be paid just as much as the men, if not more. It depends what happens with the popularity of the sport and the skill of the sport. Take Ronda Rousey, for example. She started off being paid, I don't know, not fucking much in the UFC, but as her popularity increased and she won fight after fight after fight, and she was armbarring until the cows come home, she was then the face of the UFC, and she was paid a shit ton of money, much more than the men were being paid, because she was drawing people to the sport. Sue Birdbags, if you want to get paid as much as LeBron James, then, I don't know, be better. It's the same as me whinging and going, hang on, I'm a comedian, I put things on the internet, why don't I get paid as much as Joe Rogan? Because he's better, he's been around for longer, he draws more people in, dickhead. It comes down to how much people are willing to fork out money to come and see you play or watch you play. It's the same for the female AFL or the female rugby league or the female NFL, if that exists, or I think that was called the lingerie football league. Whatever. If you're able to draw people along, then you will get paid more. Alright? And on the topic of forking out cash, I am on tour at the moment. Come and see me live. Be a good motherfucker. Peace in the Middle East. Me dick stinks. Keep it moist, and I'll see you very soon. Toodaloo, bye bye.